had to make this eventually, with my avatar being Bill Cipher. Gravity Falls is such a great series. I wish we could get more, especially with the Book of Bill seemingly foreshadowing it. Come on, Hirsch, give me more Gravity Falls. Anyways, this is a really great show. If you haven't seen it, watch it. I am not asking. This will enrich your life.
They're just tiny clay figures moved around one frame at a time by an antisocial shut-in.
Those people are called animators.
Oh, little gift shop of horrors. You little gift shop of horrors. Why'd they have to follow up one of the best episodes of Gravity Falls with this heap of junk? Okay, maybe I've been watching too much Gravity Falls for my own good. To be fair, this is a fine enough episode for a normal show. I like the Clay Day story and how that one guy's butt is out of this world, though there is definitely a reason it's here on the list. The framing device for all of these stories is a bit weird. I think it's hilarious that the person just immediately drinks the mysterious substance while Stan is looking at him with this face. The Waddle story wasn't great, and the hand which was annoying. The end.
Please, I don't know if you're really up there or not, but if you are, please save me, Paul Bunyan! Mr. Pines! Whoa, did that really work?
Ooh, boy. Roadside Attraction is not very good. For a Gravity Falls episode, of course. For a normal TV show, this is one of the just good episodes. I'm gonna start with the good stuff. This episode was a tribute to what made this show. What gave Hirsch the idea. So, that's cool. I liked the attractions. It was funny, especially Trambians. Now on to why this is bad. The Wendy plotline is back. Candy liking Dipper is stupid, especially just a couple episodes after Northwest Mansion Mystery. Pacifica is better. The Spider Lady is a fine villain that doesn't show up for most of the episode. And finally, why did they all show up at the exact same time? Little contrived, you know? Yeah, this is an easy second to bottom spot.
Darn beautiful men! Always eating out of my trash. Wait, what?
Boy's crazy. Even with half of its problems, it would still be in the bottom half of the list. First, Robbie, just out of nowhere. Mind control. How did he learn to do this? I need some tips. Second, Mabel. She's just kind of annoying throughout this episode. That's my reason. Third, Dipper. He's insensitive. Fourth, I don't really like Candy and Grenda. Beyond that, though, it's good. Stan's funny, and the boy band is funny. Pretty easy to have it this low, though.
Mr. Pines, no, you don't need to take your clothes off. No, go to commercial. Go to commercial!
Boss Mabel is definitely one of my least favorite episodes. It's one of the more forgettable episodes in the catalog, of which there are a few. The highlight of this episode is definitely Stan. Out of all the times I laughed during this, 90% of it was because of him. The Gremloblin kinda sucked, Dipper felt like a cardboard cutout, and Sue sucked. I'm joking, of course. I love Questiony.
So there I am, fighting a raccoon for the same piece of meat when our mouths get close, and we kiss accidentally.
Land Before Swine is a perfect example of character regression. Dipper is way too intolerant of Seuss for how we're nearly halfway through the show, and Stan, after 7 episodes and about half a month, has not learned to take care of Waddles. You could have just put Waddles in the attic where Mabel sleeps. Just close the door. This is also one of the less funny episodes. I guess we got Stan fighting a pterodactyl and McGucket kissing a raccoon. So it's still a decent episode of television, just not of Gravity Falls.
How you diddly doing, Zeus?
Kill it! Kill it with fire! Everyone flee!
Bottomless Pit is an episode of Gravity Falls. I don't really like it as much as the other episodes. It's just kinda boring. I like Stan's football story and disliked Truthache for a bit generic. What wasn't generic was Seuss's really great pinball story. Was that a good title, or did they need to be like puns or whatever? This was a fun idea, and I wish it had more time. You know what shouldn't have had more time? Truthache. Okay, I just kind of hate that one. I don't think you guys understand that Truthache was my least favorite part. Oh yeah, and there was voiceover. I kind of forgot.
Is the floating head going to eat us? Yes, Charlie! Yes, he will!
Ah, he's gonna eat us! I wish they had stuck a joke like this in a better episode. This is just a fine episode otherwise. If Murderhead hadn't been here, it would definitely be in the bottom 3. The biggest thing that annoyed me was the fact that they didn't show the love potion rules. I thought Robbie being happy was cool, though he had to be forced in love with someone. And yeah, there were some questionable lessons here. If the relationship doesn't work, force it! I also thought the group fell apart too easily. Mabel comes over, says Tambry and Robbie are kissing each other, and then everyone says, I hate you all now. Murderhead is seriously the main thing holding this together.
Disco girl, coming through. That girl is you. Don't come in, don't come in!
Dipper vs. Manliness is often ranked low on lists, and yeah, I can see why, but it's still got some pretty good stuff. I like that Dipper is able to stand up to the Manitors, and as Grunkle Stans puts it, be his own man. This episode is also really funny. I mean, it has Baba! The thing is, I don't really like Grunkle Stan's plot that much. It was alright, but not my favorite, and that's what this episode is.
And the Friday debate, wherein townsfolk throw birdseed at the candidate they like most. At the end, they release a freedom eagle who will fly to the candidate covered in more seed and bestow a birdly kiss upon him, anointing him mayor. I couldn't make this up if I wanted to.
Stan Shurian Candidate is a good episode because it reminds me of how stupid politicians are, but not in an infuriating way. Sadly, it's held back by the fact that Seuss and Gideon don't really change how the plot would go and how Ford just kinda disappears. Oh well, this episode has some great jokes, such as the existence of Tad Strange, the election progress, and the first-degree llama-cide. This llama will be remembered.
When I subtract your brain from your skull, add salt, and divide your family, what's the remainder?
Your butt!
What? My butt isn't part of this particular equation?
As a player of D&D, I can definitely say that this episode is pretty dang good, even being in the bottom half of the list. Its biggest problem is the fact that it still has to find a balance between introducing Ford and having the silly adventures of a normal episode. The fact that this isn't in the bottom 5 is actually quite impressive. I really just love the fact that they got D&D so right. The death muffins do seem like something my party would think up. So, yeah, good episode.
Gideon Charles Gleeful, clean up your room this instant.
I can buy and sell you, old man!
Fair enough.
Guess who's next? Gideon! The Hand That Rocks the Mabel was a decent enough episode. Gideon wasn't really that great in this episode. Besides, I can buy and sell you, old man! Fair enough. I found his creepiness to be really annoying, but he does become a credible threat, and the last shot of this episode is incredible. So, it's just fine. Pretty good.
Gonna have to break in.
And those are your free Pioneer Day passes. And your balloons, blue and pink.
We're in.
Alright, Irrational Treasure. First off, great name. Sadly, the episode's not as funny as the name suggests. Despite this being the episode where Mabel is being chastised for being silly, it's not that funny. Okay, I lied. Quentin Tremblay is hilarious. I wish he could have come back. Just kind of a random cameo or something. I don't know. This episode is pretty good. I enjoyed it.
What's he doing here?
I've come to reclaim my bride.
You had your chance at the cotillion, you!
You had your chance at the cotillion, you.
That's what I'm saying! Ah!
The Inconveniencing is Gravity Falls' first and worst Ghost episode. But that doesn't mean that it's bad. It's still plenty enjoyable with some great jokes, like all of Grunkle Stan's scenes and the rap, "Homework's whack and so are rules, tucking in your shirts for fools." Such a perfect song. I wouldn't be surprised if Eminem wrote it. It does get dragged back a bit by Wendy's friends and Dipper's simping. The crushing isn't that big a problem in this one, though. It's still a decent episode. Pretty fun.
Behold, the world's most distracting object. Just try to look away. You can't. I can't even remember what I was talking about.
Most TV shows have really bad pilots because they're trying to set up the characters and the writers are still getting the hang of things, but Gravity Falls comes out swinging and manages to make an episode that's on par with the rest. Tourist Trapped is funny, a great way to set up the characters and gets you wondering about the mysteries this show has to offer.
Finally, we can be alone. Cardboard cutout of female news reporter Chandra Jimenez.
Headhunters was a really good mystery episode with an unexpected twist. It gave us Duck Detective and Whack Larry King. How could you not enjoy it? I guess it wasn't quite as funny as your average Gravity Falls episode, but otherwise this is some good fun. Please don't make me go into detail about Toby.
Grunkle Stan, is that legal?
When there's no cops around, anything's legal.
Time Traveler's Pig is a nice, simple episode, which I enjoy. It's a fun time travel episode with the usual good jokes. It did have a lot of plot holes, though. Mabel couldn't have stayed there for a month, and Dipper had way more ways to solve his Wendy problem. I thought stopping Mabel from getting her beautiful pig waddles, because it waddles. It was also cool that they foreshadowed Ford here, and the fans caught on.
Gam, how could you?
Blendin's Game is a good episode. The thing is, this could have been great with a few tweaks. Mainly, the two storylines that intersected took way too much time from each other. Globnar was just way too short. The Sue storyline could have cut off of it, or this could be told over 2 episodes. The thing is, I liked the Sue story quite a bit. It just stole from the cool sci-fi stuff. I really did not mean to put 2 Blendin episodes right in a row.
I ate a man alive tonight.
I don't really think there are many qualities that make Summerween stand out, besides the Summerween Trickster, but it's pretty good nonetheless. The best thing is easily, the Summerween Trickster, and how creative he is. Seuss is a riot, and I love the skeleton heads. I don't really think this was scary enough, though, and this is one of my least favorite Dipperson plot lines. It's got enough bad stuff holding it back to be just a good episode.
I forgot something.
No! You will be remembered. Double Dipper is a really fun episode. It may be a Dipper crushing on Wendy plotline, but it's definitely one of the better ones, if not the best. My favorite parts, beside Paper Jam Dipper, were definitely the Gels fantasies and all the clone jokes. These were pretty great. An overall, pretty great episode.
How can you laugh when you killed this boy's father?
Wait, what?
Fight Fighters is a cool little video game episode with some fun references like the power-ups, the car bonus round, and the Donkey Kong. I didn't really like Robbie in this, though, which, yeah, I guess that's what you're supposed to think, but he wasn't fun to hate like others. Grunkle Stan and Mabel's plotline was fun with some good jokes. A fun episode, but not my favorite.
My ex-wife still misses me, but her aim is getting better. Her aim is getting better. You see, it's funny because marriage is terrible.
Legend of the Gobblewonker is quite a fun filler episode. It fleshes out Seuss more and provides a fun adventure with lots of great gags. The disposable cameras, the beavers, and of course, but her aim is getting better. Just an enjoyable filler episode with the first foreshadowing. See what I did there?
Money!
I wish this episode could be higher, but dang it. These 2 plot lines just do not work well together. A cheery quest for a snooty unicorn's hair does not mix well with learning your Grunkle was working with an evil mind demon. I love the cold open and the 2 drug scenes. Yep, 2. Y'all forgot about the pug trafficking, didn't you? Ha 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 ha! It's cool to learn about Fora's background with Bill. The dream was pretty cool, and hey, that's not how chess is played! Anyways, Bill is good in any episode he's in. The main plot is also pretty fun. I was just a bit sad that we didn't get to see the unicorn fight. Where are my exploding ponies?
I vacuumed the walls now.
Gideon Rises. It was a pretty good finale with high stakes and a good ending. I liked the Dipper arc. It was nice and pretty sick to see him jump through a robot. Plus, there was a grappling hook. I just didn't really like Abuelita's house or think that it was that funny. But seriously, the payoff on that grappling hook was incredible. So much better if they'd actually used it throughout the series.
No, don't eat me. I'm a man trapped in a pig's body. That's what they all say.
Carpet Diem is a fun filler episode where the pig is the best character. I love Waddles. Dipper and Mabel have a good conflict and resolution, although I think they hated each other a little too much for how they act in the other episodes. The fighting is also way boring, but we got baby fights and pig stews, so it is a good episode.
My light! You're the light of my life too, pal.
I love Little Dipper so much. This is one of the funniest episodes in the whole show, but it's actually not because of Seuss, who I would have liked more of, but because of Gideon. He's just perfect. I like Dipper and Mabel's reconciliation too. It's a great filler episode.
Dipper, what's the one thing I asked you not to do tonight?
Raise the dead.
And what did you do?
Raise the dead.
This episode is underrated. I will defend this view until the day I die. I think it's one of the most fun episodes in the whole show. I may just be thinking about the second half, though. I like the cool zombies, Seuss, and the karaoke part. It's really fun to see the characters come together, and it's a great reintroduction to them.
Sure are a lot of stars out tonight.
Well, this is getting weird.
The Gulf War is a fun episode. It sets up Pacifica's redemption arc, and she's one of the reasons why this is so high. The main reason, though, is Big Henry. Big Henry! This is so funny. A full, 30-second scene at least showing an on-screen death. This is honestly hilarious. I love it. My biggest problem, though, is the Lilliputians, or whatever they're called. I don't like them that much. They're just kind of annoying rather than threatening. Other than that, this episode is fine.
Zeus! I'll buy you a new one.
McGucket might be my favorite character in Gravity Falls, besides Bill, of course. It's cool that he actually got to be important. Wait, no, my favorite character is Toot Toot McBumbersnazzle. Toot bad, he got his face stolen. Okay, I think the mystery in this is really strong. It's cool to find out what happened to McGucket. They just really did Wendy dirty here. She wanted to erase her mind because of a horrible song. And blanching is a word. It would be great if they wrote Wendy better. It would be funny if it wasn't so pathetic. Oh well, I'll laugh anyways.
Whoa, children fighting! I can sell this!
Oh, Sock Opera. It's a great episode with Bill and Mabel apologizing to Dipper. Well, yeah, it is really good. There are a couple problems too. Mabel's apology is short, and Dipper, Mabel, Bill, and maybe Gabe are the only real characters. Wendy and Seuss are just there. I can understand Seuss not suspecting anything, but Wendy probably would've. But anyways, Dipper was fun. Puppet Dipper was hilarious, and the sock opera was great. A fun episode that I enjoy watching again.
Stand back! It sucks more than anything.
Hey, that's me. Why did so my avatar to use in their show, even though this show debuted 12 years before I started? Must have used time travel. Dreamscapers is a fun episode. The second best of season 1, actually. I like how Dipper begins to realize why Stan's hard on him, and the Mindscape was really cool. Bill just wasn't at his best, and they did the whole Shrek thing. Oh, I didn't hear the whole conversation, and now I hate you. Yeah.
My body is a temple! How dare you!
This episode is a really good introduction to Weirdmageddon, and the only episode where Bill seems unstoppable the whole time. You know, sometimes I think that maybe this show would be cool in live action. Oh. Oh no. Yeah, this ups the stakes a lot. I love the car chase, and the new theme is so cool. Though I really miss Stan, and Gideon changes his mind a bit too easily. It should have taken him a bit longer, especially when he's deciding to fight a Chaos God. But I guess he might think fighting one is fun.
Clara, did you eat my farm?
No, it can't be. It can't end again. Anyways, Dipper and Mabel vs. the Future is a great episode. I love how they contrast the two siblings' quests. Dipper's is going incredibly, and Mabel's is going not that way. I also really love Ford in this episode. He serves as a really good kind of villain. I mean, he does drive the conflict, though he doesn't realize it. The one thing dragging this down is that the jokes are just fine. I do like the Marius one, though. So, yeah, a great episode.
Yes, yes, burn the child.
This should not be in the top 10, but screw it. Holy crap, do I love the Deep End. It's such a fun episode with some of the best jokes in the series. I love Poolcheck. He's so funny. Ramondo is also the only likable Mabel crush, so that's an extra plus. This is the funniest episode of season 1, hands down, and also the best episode, in my opinion.
Good luck sleeping tonight.
Finally, a scary episode. I love this episode. Mark Hamill is a great casting, and I love Seuss's possible best joke of the series. The best thing, though, is that it finishes the Dipper and Wendy plotline. Haha! It was nice to be done with it until Roadside Attraction. I was just sad there wasn't a lot of Stan. This is kind of a problem with a lot of the episodes around this one, but yeah, a great episode that expands the mystery of this series.
Yeah! Wiggity wiggity, what's up, dude bros?
Mabel haters, I don't understand you. This world is fun and pleasant. And look, they're back! Sylar and Kraz! Two of the best characters in this show. We gotta work on our girly screams right here. Ah! But you know who else is here? Yo, what's up, dude bros? It's Dippy! Everyone is here. But jokes aside, this episode is great. There's this cool little detail that references Into the Bunker. When fake Wendy is trying to trick Dipper, she stands up and winks. That's how Dipper knew it wasn't real. Absolutely perfect. And the reconciliation feels deserved. The two of them need to figure things out before they go and take on Bill. I like the way they do it, too. They show memories in Mabel's scrapbook and a case of fantasy versus reality. Why is it that small? Oh well, this is a cool episode that works really well.
Oh no! Undo!
You can't undo who you are.
I love Suze. I love funny stuff. I love Giffany. But will not be her boyfriend. No books for me. The only thing that needed a change was the subplot. The original apparently involved Stan teaching Wendy how to be a thief. That would have been cool and funny, but alas, it was not to be. This is definitely the funniest episode of Gravity Falls. There are so many good jokes, like Old Goldie. Nothing gets me literally rolling on the floor laughing, but this did. I love you, you little nightmare.
Have you come to steal my eyes?
Tale of Two Stans is an incredible episode. I love when a TV show devotes an entire episode to backstory. It's just so great seeing how characters have gotten where they are. This is one of the best examples of one of these, showing how the Stan Bros fell apart. It's a perfect, realistic story, which ends with the two of them still having unresolved issues, which makes sense. They're not going to immediately hug it out, despite what Mabel thinks. They have a lot of problems they need to fix. My only major problem is that the comedy is slightly weaker than in other episodes. I must emphasize slightly, because this still has plenty of great jokes, like the ripoff and the sham total. Anyways, this is an incredible episode of an incredible show.
In case you've already forgotten, Pacifica Northwest is the worst. And that's not just jealousy talking. I'd say that to her face.
I need your help.
You're the worst.
I ship. Obviously. Northwest Mansion Mystery is absolutely incredible and oh so spooky. This feels like a true Halloween episode with how freaking disturbing it can be. It would be cool to get a live-action version of never mind again. Yeah. The only thing holding this back is Candy and Grenda. Their plotline here is annoying, and I really just don't like them in the first place. They're not as annoying as, say, Franz, but there's a lot more of them. Otherwise, this is a pitch-perfect episode in every way. I also really love Pacifica's redemption arc. It works really well, and she's definitely one of the best-written characters in the series. I hope that we get more Dipsifica. Oh, cool.
Wait, I'm alone. I can swear for real. Son of a...
I love this episode with all my heart. Not What He Seems is incredible. I love every frame. It's so emotional and has incredible animation. I love the dramatic lighting in the scenes. It adds so much more depth and urgency. Everything comes together in that final scene. Possibly the single best scene in Gravity Falls, where you don't know who to trust. Though, I think there's one scene that doesn't get nearly enough credit. Stan's office. This scene may not be as great as the last one, but it's still great. The tension here is unimaginable. It brings tension, breaks it with hot Belgian waffles, and then starts it again. It's really scary to start thinking that this may not be the real Stan. Anyways, this episode is incredible, but not quite the best. There's just one more.
Meet again, don't know where, don't know when. Oh, I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
No, this is not 2 episodes. Screw you, Disney Plus. Stop making random TV shows and that add nothing. I'm ranking it how it aired. Starting with my problem. One problem. Stan regained his memory too fast and the show left out some important information. There. The problem's done. Now on to the perfect stuff. The tension here is great. Everything in the world is at stake. If they mess up, it's all over. I also love the design and creativity of the Shacktron. They just should have added gun swords. The whole world wanted them. Where are they, McGucket? Ow! The final battle is great. They just forgot to heal. The way they defeat Bill is just perfect. They had to sacrifice instead of some power of friendship bullcrap. This isn't My Little Pony. This episode is a great ending. Absolutely perfect. They had to get it right, and they did. They resolved all the main characters' arcs and gave them all sufficient time. I love that McGucket gets the Northwest Mansion and that the prisoners have taken up child abuse. I'm glad. It makes me sad that they're leaving as they ride off into the sunset. Goodbye, Gravity Falls. And that's the ranking. I hope you enjoyed listening to my rambling and my terrible jokes. Of course, this is my ranking, and it's probably different than yours, so leave disagreements in the complaint department, aka the comments. And yeah, thanks for watching.